Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. One of the motions to suppress that are pending before Judge Steven Hippler in Idaho versus Kohberger is Mr. Kohberger's motion to suppress and memorandum in support regarding an Apple account federal grand jury subpoena and search warrant dated August 1st, 2023. And just by way of background, this is not the state grand jury that indicted Mr. Kohberger in May of 2023 on the 5 first-degree felonies he is facing trial this summer for, in which he is presumed at all times to be innocent under the eyes of the law until or unless he is adjudicated guilty following that trial or he pleads guilty voluntarily. So this is another grand jury. This is a federal grand jury. And if you look at this document beginning on page 3, we learn some new details regarding what went on behind the scenes here that the public was not privy to until this document was published. The facts, according to the defense, include the following: that on December 30th, 2022, Pennsylvania law enforcement, along with officers from Idaho and the FBI, raided Mr. Kohberger's parents' home at 119, and it gives the street and it gives the town in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, and arrested him. An iPad was located at the parents' home, but it was not seized because it was found in a common area. Now recall, this home was not owned by Mr. Kohberger, at least that is our knowledge. This was his parents' home. Mr. Kohberger was in his parents' home on a break from school. He attended school at the time at Washington State University, and as many students do, they go home during the holiday break in December and January until school starts up again. So an iPad found in a common area, using common sense here, giving my opinion, they may think that law enforcement may think it might belong to someone else inside the property. An iPad was located in the parents' home, but it was not seized because it was found in a common area of the home. However, during a subsequent search of Mr. Kohberger's vehicle, which was also seized during this arrest of December 30th, 2022, it was thought by law enforcement to be the infamous suspect vehicle 1 that is addressed at length in the affidavit of probable cause signed by Brett Payne that led to Mr. Kohberger's arrest. A receipt was located in Mr. Kohberger's vehicle for an Apple iPad. So based on that, there was a FBI served a grand jury subpoena on Apple initially on January 12th, 2023, which would have been shortly after Mr. Kohberger's arrest, and Apple in response produced responsive data responding to this subpoena on January 27th for Apple. The data was shared with Corporal Brett Payne of the Moscow Police Department. He, of course, is the lead detective in the case against Mr. Kohberger. And then for the next couple of pages, it goes in the background of what happened thereafter by way of example. Bottom of page 4, on January 7th, Apple had responded to the federal grand jury subpoena for a full iCloud account under the name of Brian Kohberger, and that it was in active status with another account, and it gives the address inactive. Using this information produced in the federal grand jury subpoena, Corporal Payne then, according to the defense, determined that this account was linked to Mr. Kohberger via, looks like a school account. Then it goes on for the next several pages and leads up to the issuance of this grand jury subpoena dated August 1st, 2023, of which the defense is seeking to suppress all data, all information as being associated with an illegal search and seizure of information that Mr. Kohberger had an expectation of privacy over, although it was corporate records for Apple. He's saying that he had an expectation, this was his account, and the defense is arguing this was an illegal search and seizure of that data. This is Kathy. Thank you for joining us.